On House Hunt, we're tracking the highs and lows
Just too expensive.
of ordinary Kiwis across the country
Getting a house is very important.
as they hunt for their first home in one of the most overpriced markets in the Western world. This time, will a Kiwi saver cock-up cost Hastings couple Joe and Maria their first home?
So I just wonder how long it's going to take. It's really urgent that we actually get that this week.
And in Wellington, the Windy City, Americans Bonnie and Matt face the frigid facts of Kiwi home ownership.
In the US, do you just expect to be in a warm house even in the midst of winter?
Famous for its cafes, culture and art scene, Wellington has been dubbed the coolest city in the world. But with red-hot conditions in the Auckland market and a downturn in government sector jobs, a cold wind of stagnation has blown through the Welly property market. That could be a good thing for first-time buyers Bonnie and Matt Gadd, who want a family home for their children Gwen and Elsie. Originally from the US, they've been living in New Zealand for the last decade.
I think the best thing about New Zealand is it's just it's a very family-friendly place to live. We feel very safe and secure.
There's so much positive to being in New Zealand. Just the life we've built here, the culture, the good coffee.
Keep going.
Young professionals Bonnie and Matt first started searching for a home 2 years ago and had pre-approval for a loan. But then the banks clamped down on low deposit lending, and like many first home buyers, they were shut out of the market.
It was such a drastic turnaround. I mean, banks everyone said no. We're at a standstill, we're not doing any low equity loans, and you're just shut out. And that was a really, it was a disappointing experience.
But after drawing down some true grit and saving hard, they're back in the race. Pre-approved, pre-loaded with $450,000 to spend and a good idea of what they want.
3-bedroom with a little garden for our girls, something where the commute's not going to be too far, and that's reasonably priced.
The health of the home is really important because we do have 2 little ones. They need to be warm in the wintertime, and they need an environment that's not have, mildew, mold.
In the US, do you just expect to be in a warm house even in the midst of winter?
In many American states and cities, Bonnie and Matt's money would go further, down to heated flooring and double glazing. But it seems that the charms of New Zealand have won them over.
Never growing up would I ever have imagined that I'd be borrowing almost $500,000 to buy a house.
Yeah, especially a house that's,
Yeah.
needs work, needs a lot of work to be just healthy, let alone nice.
But we're willing to pay the premium to live here because we like it so much.
Lucky it's not Auckland. After marinating in the market for 2 years, Bonnie and Matt have a pretty good handle on what they can afford.
It's certainly a first home, not a dream home scenario. We're very realistic about what we can expect in our price range. So we're not expecting miracles whatsoever. We just want to get started.
They're starting their search here in the suburb of Newlands, an easy 8 kilometres commute north of the city. This smart 3-bedroom house is on an even smarter, sizable section with full child-proof fencing. The icing on the cake is the rateable value, only $400,000 as a starting point. Elsie leads the way, excited about taking the tiki tour.
Good job. All right, should we come in?
It's very tidy.
Yeah. It's nice. Kitchen's pretty nice. I like the floor. It's pretty cozy in here, though.
Yeah, for all of our craziness, it's not heaps of space, but Matt's kind of the view, bigger houses just means more stuff. So it's not necessarily a bad thing.
The living area is compact, which means less room for building large pillow forts on wet Wellington days. But eldest daughter Elsie has completely bypassed the lounge.
Do you want to live in there? Is that going to be your room? No? Okay.
House hunting with young kids in tow can be challenging, but Bonnie and Matt are trying to stay positive.
Tidy.
Yeah.
Small.
Carpet seems relatively new.
We're going home now.
Elsie might have preferred the house to be pink and in the style of a fairy's castle, but hopefully the master bedroom is better.
TV's about as big as the bed.
Yeah, that's one big TV. That's nice. They got like the double wardrobe in here.
It's a large room with big views, maybe a little too big.
Not a whole lot of privacy.
Yeah, I guess with all those must be new builds right there.
Bedroom 3 reminds Bonnie of the good old days.
Remember when it was just us and we had a room that we just used as a closet? Not anymore. Yeah.
Can we go now?
Yes, we're going to go very soon.
This could be home, Elsie, in which case there's got to be a naughty step somewhere.
Well, the deck's pretty nice. Yeah, it's just not too private again, though. I wouldn't really be that inclined to want to sit out here, I don't think, but the lawn's nice and big. I like that.
But really nice, really tidy. That indoor-outdoor stuff's really nice for a family like ours.
Bonnie and Matt have been given a heads up that the place is already under offer, but do they want to place a rival bid?
Nice and tidy on the outside, and yeah, looks, the garden's kept up really nicely, so looks nice.
After much discussion, nice doesn't quite cut it. Concerns over lack of privacy and space mean the Newlands home is a no-go. In sunny Hastings, childhood sweethearts Joe and Maria were having more luck. Homes here are much cheaper.
Room for DIY?
Room for DIY, exactly.
But then came some bad news from their mortgage broker.
With the personal loan, we're not in the ballpark that we initially hoped.
Due to an unpaid personal loan Joe took out a while back, their budget shrank to a tiny $170,000. But believe it or not, that could still be enough around here.
This is nice. I like this.
They found a place within budget, but with just 2 days till tenders closed, time was against Joe and Maria. The paperwork took too long, they couldn't get an offer in, and it's gone.
Oh, this place.
But since then, the landscape has changed. Family rode to the rescue, paying off his personal loan, and now with a budget back up to $240,000, another house has come up and it looks perfect.
The asking price is $245.
Just in our price
Could swindle it down.
Good try.
It's just down the road from the last place in their sweet spot of Arina. It has 3 bedrooms, a bright open-plan aspect, and an asking price of $245,000. But has it got that special something?
Oh, it's a big carport.
Red door, though.
It does. A red door is a great omen because Maria really wants one.
Red door.
The major hurdle cleared, how about the minor details?
Oh, wow. That's a big fireplace.
Jeez, it's huge.
Look at all this space.
It's big enough, bigger than anything they've seen so far.
And all the light. That's going to get sun all day.
Having a light, bright home is important to Maria, who spent her childhood in a series of dark, damp rentals.
The lounge is going to be heaven in the afternoons. After sitting in the sun all day, I'm going to sit here and read. Open plan living.
Big kitchen.
Far out.
Wow.
The kitchen has a great feel, and Maria sees herself and Joe entertaining here.
I can make the coffee and still talk to the people at the same time.
But the coffee chat goes cold when Joe spots a no-no.
Don't do that, because that's stupid. Being a fire alarm technician, you do not put a smoke detector on a wall. Smoke rises. So if you're going to put a smoke detector in, put it away from the wall further than 200 mil, just that far. No further than 500 from the apex.
Thank you, Professor Joe.
After the scintillating safety briefing, Maria's ready for a lie-down.
First bedroom.
That's cool. Those beams are cool.
They're interesting.
You know,
I don't dislike them.
I reckon that's cool.
The bathroom is perfect if you're a fan of 1970s decor.
That's a lot of orange.
You're like more brown than orange.
You haven't painted the bar.
You'll learn to love it, babe.
I probably won't.
The bathroom may have dampened Maria's mood, but the bedroom soon perks her up.
It's a nice little bedroom. Or a study.
Cute.
Or a nursery.
Come on now. Oh, master bedroom. That's big.
Oh, wow. Wow.
It's really big.
After living with Joe's family for the last few months, this young couple may have forgotten the procedure. Luckily, there's broadband.
It'll be
So good.
so good having a whole house.
Sit in the lounge and not be having to worry about anyone else, and don't have to cram into one room.
These newlyweds can see themselves here for years, and DIY enthusiast Maria can see endless possibilities outside.
I like that it's a blank canvas and we can start from scratch, do what we want.
The sun's shining on these two today, physically and metaphorically. Could it be a sign that this is the one?
I didn't expect much from the front of the house, but
so warm, beautiful and bright.
Nice.
Trying not to get too excited.
Yeah, we've been a little bit let down with some of them.
I think this house is waiting for us.
We'll have to talk to the agent now. Put an offer in.
Yep.
They decide to put in an offer of $240,000, just under the asking price. It's everything they've got, but will it be enough to seal the deal? In Wellington, Bonnie and Matt are trying to find a warm, largish family home. With a budget of $450,000, anything goes, including building from scratch.
We want something that at least could have like insulated walls and double glazing. I think that's one of the main reasons why we were interested in doing our own build. Well, if we're going to put all this money into something, we might as well get exactly what we're looking for.
This couple's bold thinking could pay dividends, and they found an exciting prospect in the popular suburb of Paparangi. This flat section with views could provide the ideal foundation for their first home. The registered valuation is a realistic $165,000, and Bonnie and Matt know if it sells at that price, they'll still have a lot of cash to play with.
It would be a great option if we could build at the right price. That's the thing, being able to build at the right price.
But building a brand new home can be expensive, so Bonnie's been doing her research and she thinks she's found a way to keep the costs down. Matrix Homes have a clever take on housing. They prefabricate in their factory and deliver direct to site. Prices for a 3-bedroom house start at $185,000 with a variety of layouts to choose from. Bonnie and Matt are on site to check out the show home, and this time they've left the kids with a babysitter.
The master one, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
It's a pretty good space.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
pretty-
certainly an upgrade from where we're coming from in the rental.
Yeah, it's not huge, but it's big enough, I'd say.
Yeah. I'm keen to check out that bathroom.
The bathroom is light, bright, and modern.
I actually really like this flooring, the really big tiles,
Yeah, it's nice.
because it makes you feel like you could clean it easily.
Bedroom number 2 has got Elsie written all over it, and she hasn't even written all over it yet.
A really nice space
For sure.
for the girls. It's just nice, like, being inside of a new place, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah, yeah,
I just feel like it's been ages since we've been in somewhere new.
yeah.
Since arriving in New Zealand, Bonnie and Matt have been living in a series of dated rentals, so the show home's modern features are a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, that's big.
Bathroom number 2 is a welcome bonus.
Bathtub and shower.
Oh, yeah.
This is a configuration I really like, is having them both in one. I think it's great.
And bedroom number 3 breaks the rule. It's big.
This room seems bigger.
It's nice. All the rooms are good size.
Large and new, delivered on site, Bonnie and Matt can see the wisdom of their plan.
I mean, if we could achieve this as a first home and in a first home budget, we would be really lucky.
I think so, too. Oh, this is really nice. I like the bench.
Yeah, no, it's
Fireplace,
actually...
yeah. I think it's really nice how it's all open to the living area and dining and stuff.
Yeah.
Open plan living is perfect for families, and there's plenty of space for an entire pillow fort suburb.
I could really see ourselves in this
Yeah.
house for sure.
It's just basic and it's comfortable and it would suit us and our needs, our immediate needs. Like if we could accomplish this, I would feel like we accomplished a lot.
Bonnie and Matt are sold, but before they sign on the dotted line for the section and then the house, they need to discuss figures with Matrix Homes Managing Director Sean Murray and architect Graham Farr.
Our houses come in 2-size modules. We had a quick look at the site and we think a fairly straightforward layout would be a 1 and a 2 bedroom modules. This is quite easy for transport.
What was the price of the house by itself?
$216. We think we're around 30% cheaper than traditional site built houses at the moment. So.
Yeah.
Despite suffering from something of an image problem in New Zealand, prefab homes are already popular in the US. Consequently, Bonnie and Matt are well versed in their many benefits.
So this concept of prefab, we've been talking about this for years. We really believe that it could be really beneficial to New Zealand Kiwi families. Every home we've been in Wellington so far has had some type of mildew or mold or it's cold.
Right, yeah.
We're so over it.
The big advantage of a new house is that they're much greater insulation and they have double glazing, of course, as standard. So.
Yeah, we're definitely ready for a warm, dry home, hey?
Buying a home and land separately requires a lot of planning and a tightly controlled budget.
We know exact our fixed costs You'll have a fixed cost and a fixed time of arrival because we're not affected by weather. And there's no price escalation. They're built so fast that, the price is the price. It might only be a week or two, but after you settle on your section, then you move into your house.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
At Bonnie's request, the team at Matrix have already assessed the section to make sure it's suitable to build on.
Right.
Nice site, it faces the afternoon sun really well. It's got a nice outlook. I think if you do get it, you've got a good one.
But their plan will only work if they can secure the plot at the right price. And unfortunately for Bonnie and Matt, they're not the only ones with their eyes on the section.
You're the third person that's come to us about the sites.
Oh, that's the thing, is securing it. It's like doing my head in. I don't know how many developers are interested.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got some number crunching to do tonight to figure out what our best offer could be.
Tenders on the Paparangi section are about to close, and our couple know competition will be fierce. A sleepless night awaits. In Hastings, it's been similarly stressful for Joe and Maria. Since putting in an offer on this 3-bedroom home, they've been locked in negotiations.
We made an offer under, obviously, their asking price. And of course, that came back counter-offered, and since then we've offered just a bit over $240. That's now under contract and currently awaiting Kiwis and finance.
Their offer of $242,000 has been accepted subject to finance, so why the long faces? Although changes to KiwiSaver mean first-time buyers can now access savings for house deposits, Joe and Maria's application is still being processed. And if they can't get the cash in time, they could lose the house.
It was really exciting when we finally went under contract. After all this time of looking, we finally had this thing to look forward to, and then to have something that could potentially stop all of that was absolutely heartbreaking when I found out. And so the waiting is now just absolutely dreadful. Holding my breath.
Joe's employing a mixture of patience and manners to get things moving.
So just wondering how long it's going to take. It's really urgent that we actually get that this week.
Even though they've lodged all the paperwork and been waiting for over a month, there's still no guarantees.
If we still have to wait another month, then the house will go back on the market. If someone else snatches it up, then it's gone.
After everything they've been through, it seems the ancient wall of bureaucracy is about to stifle their dreams. But all they can do is wait and hope they get access to their money in time. In Wellington, Americans Bonnie and Matt are trying to get the best bang for their buck with a new build. But everything hangs on securing a popular Paparangi section as the spot for their modern prefab dream. Buying land and a house to go on it separately can be a minefield, so Bonnie's wisely decided to consult property lawyer Paula Keats for advice.
My recommendation that we make the tender subject to finance, LIM report and just a general due diligence inquiry so that you can check out 100% Matrix Homes can
Accomplish what they think they can.
what they're suggesting they can.
Decent buildable sections this close to the city are almost impossible to find. Bonnie knows they could be facing real competition for the site, and it's adding to the stress.
Now I just got to think about what a price is going to be.
Yeah. When it comes to submitting an offer, there are lots and lots of pressures. You've just got to put your best foot forward and your best price forward.
With decision time looming, an undecided Bonnie turns to Matt for some final reassurance on their enormous commitment.
I'm getting ready to sign the tender document. You don't have to sign it, so I can go ahead and do that and submit it today. But I just wanted to double check numbers with you before I wrote something on the page. And just, feeling a bit anxious about it. So looking at the building costs, so I was thinking low 180s.
Yeah.
So 183? Does that sit good with you? All right, sweetheart. Well, I'll call you after I drop off the offer, and I guess we'll just cross our fingers.
Finally, they decide to offer a realistic $183,000, which is $18,000 over the registered valuation. And Bonnie's added a special touch which she hopes could turn the tables in their favour.
Just to reach out and try to, connect with them to say, we're the people behind, this faceless process.
That's really nice. That's just giving them a feel for who you are as a family. And when there's offers on the table and they're all very similar, it might be just the one thing that gets you that offer accepted. So why wouldn't you?
With the paperwork signed and the offer in, their fate lies in the hands of the vendor.
I feel more nervous about it not achieving the site than overpaying. I don't know if that sounds crazy, but all we can do is take a stab in the dark and just see what happens.
But in Hastings, Joe and Maria have crossed the finish line. Their KiwiSaver funds arrived just in time to help purchase their first home. It's a happy day here at the Arina property, with the whole whānau here to help them move in.
Thought you might need this.
And Mum's making sure they'll be washing their own dirty laundry from now on.
It's a bit crazy. I have no idea where anything's going to go at this stage. It still doesn't feel real though. I've dreamt and thought about this house since we've kind of been accepted on the offer, and it still doesn't quite feel like this is actually us. This is ours. We're here. We've made it.
Probably take a week.
Yeah. But we'll get there.
I'm not driving back to our parents' place.
It's been a hard road for this young couple, and they've learned a lot on their journey to home ownership.
So it's been stressful in a way, because it's all new. It's all just a new experience.
The first house you live in doesn't have to be your forever house. It can be a house you live in for 2 to 3, 5, 10 years and then move on to the dream house. It doesn't have to be a dream house the first time round.
These newlyweds finally have their own space, or at least they will when the celebrations are over.
Very, very exciting. I can't wait to unpack.
But for now, it's time to enjoy this major milestone surrounded by family and friends. Next time, will Bonnie and Matt's dreams of prefab living come true, or will it all come crashing down? And in Hamilton, the race is on for animal lovers Monique and Chris to find their first home.
I remember reading that if you don't have a house by the time you're 40, then it's not really looking too good for you.